81 days. A couple days ago, I decided to suit up and head north into the surrounding hills.
All right, we're heading out, so I hope I don't die.
I found a map here, barely intact, but enough to help me navigate what was ahead.
Man, it is very chilly out today.
I also keep my CB radio set to directional and gives me some warning if there's some danger within 5 miles. So if I hear anything, I change course.
Yeah, I don't trust that. So I'm definitely gonna veer in a different direction.
The map led me to 3 different locations: the mall, an underground concourse, and some type of museum. Places that used to be crowded, you know. The suburbs are empty, that's for sure. Rows of houses, all vacant, so I thought, if anybody's still out there, they'd be here. When I reached the first location, I felt pretty optimistic.
So far, not very promising. Unfortunately, I think this place is pretty empty. There's not much here. It really puts me on edge that I can see everything and there's really no place to hide here. Let me go see if I can find out where that sound is coming from. Alright, let's see if any of these doors lead to a bunker full of custodians. I don't know. These are all locked. Well, I wish I had some quarters. Can't believe these are still running. Little helicopter. this like really makes me hungry because there's a food court here. Makes me think of like Nathan's hot dogs or something. I could really go for one. Don't think that's gonna happen. No offense, but this looks like a shitty place to work in its day. At least I see no nesters. Getting closer. Seems like where it's coming from. There's absolutely nothing in there. That was a recording of someone who I think has been here in the past.
I spent around an hour and a half exploring the mall. It was getting pretty late, and I needed to keep moving. I also saw a figure that I've encountered before moving towards me. I call him Mr. Whiteout. He sounds harmless, but I don't know, something in me just doesn't trust him. My next stop is a series of underground tunnels called Concourse B. I expected public transit, trains connecting nearby towns. But instead, I found passageways linking offices, food courts, state buildings, things like that. With the parking structures below, it must have been packed with workers at some point moving beneath the city.
I'm so hungry. You can get really cornered in one of those kitchens, or else I'd fry up a deluxe. I don't think I'm going to go too deep into this because it's very maze-like, and I don't want to get lost and not be able to get back outside. It's beautiful. Yeah, I should get out of here.
At this point, it was getting pretty dark, and I was 3 hours from home. I had a little fun on the way to the next location, and then, I don't know what I was thinking, because it started to get dark out. Woo! It's like I lost 2 hours of my time.
Come on down to Guppy's Ice Cream for your free sample now.
I deserve ice cream.
Like, I was playing with my radio and acting like an idiot. It's too late to walk back. I was lucky. Some of the towns I passed through still had working electricity. I assume they were connected to some industrial-sized power center that hadn't yet failed. When I got far from the cities, the darkness was pretty blinding. I hadn't seen a landmark in over an hour, and, out of the darkness now, it appeared. It wasn't ideal, but I needed shelter. At any moment, I could have run into a nester, so I had to do something. So I slept inside the enclosed slide. It was not comfortable, but it worked. When I woke, I continued on my travels. The last place I visited was the taxidermy house. It used to be a family attraction. Walking through it now, I kept mistaking the stillness for life. Everything looked alive, but it wasn't. Just empty forms stuffed with microfiber.
Hello, Mammoth. Don't worry. Not gonna take your little cub or whatever you call it. Hello. Hey, there's some guys doing some work over here. I feel like this guy would really hate me if he was alive. Okay, I think we're leaving the jungle. What is this, like Aquatic World or something? One little room for the entire ocean, that's pretty generous. Oh, Model T. Wouldn't mind taking this puppy out for a spin. Alright, I'm gonna get going.
As I walked home, I thought about nesters. I really don't know much about them. Only that they can shift from calm to hostile in seconds. Once they settle somewhere, infestation usually follows. I've encountered that. They look human, but something is off about them. Something is just not normal. I'm glad to be back home in front of this warm fire with this mug of hot cocoa. I didn't find anyone, no, but maybe tomorrow I'll head south towards the water. Anyway.